name is Rafael, your host and founder of the Movie Down podcast show. Good evening to everyone. I want to first start by thanking you all for your great support during my first season, which is going to come to an end this month, September the 29th at 7 p.m. Launching our last episode of season one, we're going to be bringing in an attorney out of California. His name is Mr. Lai D. Solomon. Mr. Solomon comes in with a lot of great experience. He's a veteran in debt settlement and bankruptcies. He's going to educate us, all of us, in bankruptcies and debt settlement. He and I, we go back in one of our platforms we met, and I have watched several podcasts that Mr. Solomon has been in, and kind of called up my attention. And then we interacted in one of the platforms. I'm not going to mention the platform, and he's pretty well recognized among those followers. He has a tremendous amount of followers. And he and I engaged, and he asked me if I was willing to bring him into our show live, so he can probably give us some guidance about bankruptcy and debt settlement. He watched some of my shows on credit repair and counseling, and he kind of was very, very curious about coming in and give us a lot of information about that. So stay tuned. I don't want you to miss that episode. It's going to be our last episode of season one. And again, if you think that you are thinking about filing bankruptcy, or you have other choices about debt settlement, it's your choice, but I wouldn't let this pass. Watch it for yourself, Hear what he has to say. And if you or any of you of my audience out there, or supporters or commentators, contributors, would like to be part of that specific show on September 29th at 7 p.m., you're welcome to do so. Just DM me or write me an email or shoot me an email. I would be more than glad to reconsider you to be part of our live show. It's going to be so exciting. I'm very excited to be actually, it's an honor to have Mr. Solomon with us that particular day. And I know myself, I have a lot of great experience in debt counseling and debt settlement, student loans, credit repair. I worked for many, many years in these fields, and I kind of got the feeling that this attorney can help us tremendously. So it's my pleasure to bring him in, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you, the audience who have been very supportive to my show in this last season, with someone of that caliber, with someone with that experience, with someone that is going to be honestly upfront with you and tell you which options you have. Bankruptcies is not one of the probably best options, although people do file bankruptcy and they get to start a new, I would say, life. It doesn't end there, but we're going to talk about that in the show, so I don't want to get more in detail on that or ahead of Mr. Solomon. So once again, if you want to be part of the show, if you want to consider some great questions, you can be. I'm going to be sending you the link. It's going to be in StreamYard. So I'm going to be sending you the link for that particular platform, so you can join us live. All right. And also, if you happen to miss that show, the last episode, you can always log into YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Spreaker. It's also another platform that my podcasts are being launched. It's going to be in a lot of other platforms. Okay. By the way, I am very content, very happy to hear that my first season was a success. I was able to bring in, probably I was saying the thousands of viewers, followers, and I mean, I can't ask for more people. I mean, I just started in this new venture not too long ago, as you may know. I've been promoting that in Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms for some time now, and promotions and all that. It can cost me, it can cost a little bit of money, but thanks to our people that have helped me on this, I've been able to promote my ads and all that. I'm doing this all by myself, with except two people that are helping me, and someone that is trying to help me as an administrator in my podcast. And there's other people interested in helping us, but we'll get to that point down the road. As of now, I think we're getting better, we're getting more stronger, and we're acquiring more people to come into our shows. We are going to be shooting some episodes on the for the second season. I just want to give you a heads up what's coming up on the second season. It's going to be on homeless life matters. Homeless life matters. It's a little late on time. Homeless life matters, and I have already have done some recordings, and we're going to put all that together. We're going to just put it right there in the social media. Following that, I think that's going to be 1-2 episodes. We're going to interact with the homeless. We're going to be talking to them face to face, kind of getting a lot of stuff is happening with these people in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Key Largo, Orlando, and you name it. And we're going to be launching that 1 or 2 episodes on that so the people out there can understand what these guys go through on a day-to-day basis for life. It's a lot of things involved: drugs, alcohol, and a lot of stuff that it's affecting this. I would say this is an epidemic, guys. And so I want to tackle on that. I want you guys' support to just watch my shows, give them a like, subscribe, and share those videos with your friends, with your families, with the loved ones. I mean, if you think that it's a great content that is going to help you and help other people in the long run, in every which way they can, just share it. It's free, guys. It will take only 1 minute. That's all I can tell you. I'm not asking for money. I'm not doing this for the money. I already said that right from the start. My goal, when I first thought about becoming a founder of kind of making this podcast, there was only one thing that inspired me to do that. Based on my past life, troubles, problematic lives that we all go through since you were a child until you become an adult and stuff like that. And I always thought about writing a book, and I just thought, well, let me just, I can't write a book, it costs a lot of money, you gotta, so I'm going to do this my own. It has cost me a great deal to set up a nice studio as this, but we're getting there. We have upgraded more stuff. As you can see, every week, every month looks different. We keep adding stuff. And again, I have other people that are willing to help me, and in this shows as we go and hit the field and interview people and stuff like that. But there's a lot of stuff that I have, and we as people have to learn. We're not here to criticize people, we're not here to judge people, we're not here to talk about religion, we're not here to talk about politics. I'm trying to stay away from that, politics, because I don't want to be censored in the platforms. There's no need for that. This podcast is solely made for you your friends, and all those people that are in the need of our help. Whether we can help them, contribute their financially, whatever, $1 or $2 or $3, I will do everything that I can that is in my power to help people out there, guys. I'm not promising you anything, but that's my goal, okay? And all I need is your help. How can you help me? Very simple. When I post something, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, by the way, I'm doing great on LinkedIn. I mean, it's one of the greatest platforms I have, and it's growing. A lot of people, I'm driving a lot of people, getting a lot of views from there into Facebook, into YouTube. YouTube is doing great. It has a little bit of censorship there, but I'm trying to be very, very careful with what I said, what names do I pronounce, or what people, audiences, or communities I target, because that's number one thing that I must be very, very careful. So this is not easy. It requires a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of time and efforts to launch, or something like this onto the social media. So I want you as an audience, as a guest, or as a contributor, commentator, to respect that. For me and the 700,000 plus podcasters out there, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. It's really tough. It's a very tough work. And that's all we have for you guys. And again, if you want to become a contributor, a commentator, or a guest in our show, DM me again, or email me. If you know anybody that is willing to probably broadcast something, you know where we are. Our studios are open to anyone who is, whether it's a company, a corporation, or business, whatever. You can, whoever wants to broadcast something and put it out there in social media. My studio, it's all ready to go, and the doors are open. And yes, I will consider a donation if someone would come and utilize my all the equipment and the studios. I would make it very plain and simple. We'll come into an agreement, and I am, yes, the room, because I have been asked that question hundreds of times. Trust me that, whether I can, my studios are open for other people to come. Yes, of course. So there's few things, rules and regulations and stuff like that, but we're not gonna make things complicated for whoever wants to come in with an idea of their own, of his or her own, and do her or his own podcast here in the studios right here. It's happening, people. So spread the word out there, okay? We have a great, great, great studio with great, excellent, top equipment, audio, and sound. And that's all I got for you. I want to thank you so much. Please be ready for season number 2. I'm on the Homeless Life Matters. We're going to bring, I almost forget that because I'm not reading a script. It just all comes natural, like I told you right from the start. But we're going to be bringing, as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm not going to mention last name, just the first names. Anthony, Diego, we're going to bring Rafael. I'm not sure about one of them, but I know 2 have already confirmed with me that if they cannot come, I would love to do it right here in the studios with them. We're gonna go live. It all depends. I'm just waiting for one of them to respond to me in the next week or 2 weeks down the road. So once that happens, I will put it out there for you guys to know when it's going to be a launch, and it has to be about police life matters. I pretty much use some of the family members that are out there listening to me. We have some law enforcement in our family, which I'm very proud of. The people that serve their badge with honor, respect, and there's thousands and thousands of police officers, law enforcement out there that are doing an excellent job. Without them, where would we all Think about that for a second. So we have to honor them, and if you serve the badge with respect, honor, and dignity, we're going to talk about you. We're going to give you the which you deserve. Because people need to respect law enforcement. So we're going to tackle on that. We're going to bring these people as special guests. Following that, Police Life Matters, we're going to do other things a little bit different. I'm going to switch things around because I'm getting few ideas. And people like you that are giving me these ideas, remember in my posts that I put down, write down. Some of you probably don't answer, don't have the time, but quite a few tell me, do this, Rafael. How come this you can't do it? So all that, I'll put right here. I analyzed every single opinion, and I get to work at night, see which one of those will fit or fit into my podcast. So there's a lot of stuff, good stuff coming, but if you have an idea, you have a story to tell, you have something to tell, to make sure that other people will try to get the story. Listen, at the end of the day, you have a story you want to tell all these years, and you kept it to yourself. Release that, let it out, and ease up a little bit of that pain. By doing so, you're going to be helping other people. Trust me that. And remember, last word that I have for you, as I always told you from the beginning, that I will always put God first in everything that I shall do. And I know that He is guiding me up there to do a job. You might think, well, this is not a job. Well, it is a job for me because I dedicate a lot of time in this, my own little productions and sounds and all this stuff that has to do with this thing. But I think without Him, I wouldn't be able to do it. And of course, with you, the audience, supporters as you. Once again, God bless you, and thank you so much.